Hey, good evening, everyone. It is John C. Morley here, serial entrepreneur. Welcome to IFYL. Glad to have you here with me here tonight. If you're new here, well, then just go pick up that smartphone. It's pretty easy to do. And launch your camera app and point it over to that QR code like so. And touch the ellipse that appears, and you'll get my link tree as easy as that. If you're not watching, but you're only listening, then go to believemeachieve.com for more of my amazing, inspiring creations. Whether you're here at 11:20 at night, 11:20 in the morning, 3 a.m., 3 p.m., 6 a.m., 6 p.m., potato patata, I'm so grateful that you're here with me tonight because we have another great show for you. And let's get right into that, shall we? Here it is. But before I get into it, I just want to tell you guys what I do. So I help people tell a story that leads to them growing a more scalable and profitable business. I typically work with companies that bring in about 10 million or more, and they have a story and they want that story to be told, or they want us to find what that story is so they can cultivate and reach more clientele. All right, guys. So let's get with the master topic. It is Inspirations for Your Life, Series 2, Show 40, Episode number 3. The difference between being nice and getting taken advantage of. I love, love, love this topic. And hey, guys, I got to tell you, we hit another milestone. We'll be celebrating it probably very soon. We cracked 20,000 downloads just recently. And our next milestone will be 30,000 downloads. So really great to be having that. And so let's talk a little more about this whole thing of, what's going on with, how people get confused with whether they're, just being nice or whether they're getting taken advantage of. And so you might have wondered why some people seem to take advantage of you. And you might wonder, what's the reason? Why do they do it? Well, the real simple reason, ladies and gentlemen, it's because they can. If you ever either bake cookies or maybe you were at home and there were cookies on the counter that just came out of the oven, why do you take them? Well, because you can. But you shouldn't, right? But because you can, and you do it. And that just seems to, I don't know, it's an oxymoron because you don't have rights to take the cookies, and you don't have rights to abuse someone, but yet people in this world, unfortunately, gentlemen, they abuse others. So you're probably saying, well, why else do people, let's say, take advantage of you? I talked about my story before, and there's other stories that I've had. It can be something as simple as, you have a car, and they need you for a ride, so they're going to be nice to you because they know that you have a car and that you'll drive them around when they need it. If they just happen to be a little bit nice to you. Because, hey, you just got your license and you're looking to drive people around. And you might be saying, John, everyone's nice to me. All right. So if you believe that everyone's nice to you, I want to ask you one question. And that question is, how do you know when you're doing too much? How do you know when the scale is not balanced? Well, John, I know. I just choose to keep helping. All right, so if you know that the scale isn't balanced and you choose to keep helping, my question is why? Are you trying to be a good Samaritan? I mean, what's the point? Why are you putting yourself through so much agony and pain and frustration? Why are you doing it? I think it's because, first of all, you feel that you need to hang on, right? The other reason might be, and this is a true one, you're desperate to earn their friendship. You're desperate. Maybe you're in school and you want to become someone's friend, and I don't know, you do everything, including do their homework for them. That's not the right thing to do, but yet you do that. Maybe you, I don't know, maybe you walk their dog, or maybe you take the worst seat at lunch because you want to be this person's friend. Maybe you just sacrifice the last lunch special because that if you do, that other person's going to get it and then they're going to remember you. Well, truth of the matter is, all these things you're doing are really nice. However, they're not going to mean anything. Now, I don't mean that in a nasty way, but if these people are abusing you and they're using you, they are not going to remember the fact that saved the last milk carton, or you didn't buy the last ice cream cone. They're not going to care. What they're going to be about is the fact that they want what's best for them. Now, what's best for them may not be best for you. Now, I always said to you, no one has the right to make you feel inferior about yourself except for one person. That one person is you. You are the only one. You should never make yourself inferior, but no one has the right to make you feel inferior about yourself except for you. You're the only one that should do that if you choose. So it could be at a ball game, maybe you give somebody tickets, and you're waiting for that thank you. Well, keep holding your breath, because I hope you're good at it, because you'll be holding it your whole life. It's like they want to be nice, but then when they see that there's a lot of extra effort that goes into it, they decide, you know what, I'm just going to play my cards the way I'm doing, and that's it. And because you're kowtowing to them, because you are kissing up to them, because you are responding in a positive way to them, you know what they do? They continue to keep abusing you. I've said this before, ladies and gentlemen. No one has the right to make you feel about yourself. And the other thing that's really important is that you can do or be whatever you want in this life, or achieve anything, as long as you don't harm, hurt, defame, or disrespect another human being. That's it. You can do or be anything you want in this world, and you might be saying, hey, John, that's pretty cool, but you do not have the right to harm another person. We might say, well, gee, John, they're competitive. So competitive is different than harming somebody, because there's free enterprise, right? Being an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship, serial entrepreneur, there are ways you can get ahead, all right? But it's never being nasty to someone. I always say that wherever you are in your business, you should be humble in your business, because when you eat humble pie and you're humble in your business and in your life, other people will now start to analyze themselves, because they're like, hey, you're really nice. When somebody is so nice, watch out, because they're after something. And it's not to help you, unfortunately. They're looking for what you can do for them. Now, this is not everybody, but this is why I say to you, if you became friends with someone, don't be loaning them money right away. Don't be offering to do all these other favors for them that will take a lot of time or your money. That's probably the most important thing. I think people are so desperate to want to be able to be accepted, to be liked, that they just do anything. Oh, your shirt's good, man. Oh, I love the way you play, or you look good. Like, you're saying all these things to stroke their ego. But why do you do this? You stroke their ego, and then they are nice to you for a few moments, but then they abuse you. Now, I'm not saying that they're nasty to you, but they are very politely figuring out how to dangle the carrot in front of you. I'll give you an example. Maybe there's a concert coming up, and maybe they have tickets, okay, to that concert. So you're nice to them so you'll get the tickets. But maybe the shoe might be on the other foot. Maybe you have the tickets. So they keep trying to placate you, or they put you in this area, and it's like they're trying to control you. And so you might be saying, well, gee, John, no, they're not doing that. He's my friend. Okay, so if he or she is your friend, then can you tell your friend no? Well, John, I would never tell my friend no, because if I tell my friend no, then that would be disrespectful. Well, wait a minute. You just said to me that you feel like you're being disrespected. But like, yeah, but he's my friend, and that's okay. So it's okay that that person disrespects you? Well, yeah, because, we hang out and it's cool and we're friends. Does that person do that to other people? Some people. You're being abused. And people think abuse means different types of abuse, like physical abuse, assault, or things like that. I'm talking about mental abuse. I'm talking about abusing your kindness for weakness. Now, that sounds very, very weird. But so many people will abuse your kindness for weakness. Why? Because they can. So when you meet somebody and you offer to do something for them, fine, but don't keep trying to do something because, you're trying to kowtow this person. You're trying to get them to be your friend. If you have to go through all those stupid gyrations to get them to be your friend, it ain't worth it. Okay? So somebody's going to like you for who you are, for what you have, or what you don't have. It should not matter. And if you feel like you're trying to put on a second air, or you're trying to become someone else because you're worried that someone's going to like you, I got news for you. That person that you're so worried about having like you is probably going to dislike you at some point in your life, because at some point you're going to wake up. Maybe it's not today, maybe it's not tomorrow, maybe it's not even this year, but you're going to wake up. Why? Because you're going to know that you're being abused, that the carrot is getting dangled and you're falling for it every single time. And then you're like, hey, companies can abuse you too. Maybe you're doing work for a client, and they're trying to get the lowest price out of you. Now, I don't mean trying to get a fair price. I mean they keep trying to badger you to get a lower price. Thank you, Javed. I really appreciate that. So if you're working for yourself, whether you are working for a company, and maybe you go somewhere, the person says, hey, I get it, and I know you're giving me a good price, but listen, I need you to do a little better. And there's a point where it's not worth even doing business for those people. Yes, your clients can abuse you, not just your friends can abuse you. By the way, do check out my podcast at believemeachieve.com. Click on the IFYL. We have cracked 20,000 downloads and beyond. And we have some great guests lined up. And the topics we're getting are just absolutely amazing. Also, check out my brand new reels on the J Moore channel, because I'm sharing little 30 or 40-second tidbits of things that you'll want to know about in your life. And that's just JMOR, V1 JMOR, all uppercase. And they're only about 30 to 39 or 40 seconds. We talked about, technology. But these are just about tech. And I think if you can understand that if you're on guard for people abusing you, then you're going to be like, hey, and then I'd be like, I know you want me to do this for you, but I did this for you yesterday, and I did this for you today, and frankly, I'm a little busy today. Well, come on, you can just do one thing. What have you done for me? You heard the song, what have you done for me lately? And they're going to step back and go like, well, gee, John, I didn't know you were going to be like that. Well, I'm not, but I just feel like every time you come over, I'm doing all your work, and you just sit down and eat, and I do everything, and you don't do anything. And whenever I go over to your house, it's like I'm doing all the work too. And I don't feel like you're being a friend to me. I think you're just abusing me, and I'm a friend for convenience. I'm a friend for the things that you want to get in life. So this is the difference, and this is the start, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk a lot more about this, about how you can understand when somebody is trying to basically take advantage of you, okay? As opposed to being nice. When someone's nice and they don't have an agenda and they just want to be nice and they're not asking for anything, that's just them being nice. But if somebody is being like overly nice out of the blue, watch out. There's something they learned about you, something you have, something they want, and they figure, hey, if they just, pour on so much sugar to you, that you're just going to want to open the floodgates and give them anything they want. And I want to tell you that once you realize your worth, once you love yourself, other people will not do this anymore because you will not let them. And you might be saying, hey, John, I don't want to get in front of conflicts. We'll talk more about this on another episode. But just start to have some self-love for yourself and start to realize that other people are doing this because they've been doing this to others, and they've been getting away with it. If you break their cycle, they might just realize, well, I've been doing it for everybody. I guess everybody else just lets you walk on them. Well, I'm not going to. And it's not about being nasty. It's about getting respect for who you are. Everyone's entitled to respect. Me, you, everyone. And you have to understand that if you're doing something and you're trying to, let's say, be concerned about the other person finding out you're doing something wrong, and the fact that you're trying to do it a certain way tells me that you're trying to stay under their radar because you're afraid that if they pick up, they're going to just kick you out, right? All right, guys, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an amazing privilege, pleasure, and honor to be with you this fantastic, this fantastic evening as we almost go into the wee hours of the morning. But before I do say goodbye to you, I want to let you know again what I do. I actually help people tell a story that leads to them growing a more scalable and profitable business. And I typically work with companies that bring in 10 million or more. Either they have their story or they don't know what the story is. I'll help them find it. I'll help them put it together, and I'll help them get it out to the world, because everyone has a story inside them, and every business has a story. And when those stories get shared, that's what makes us different. That's what makes people want to become curious about you. That's the absolute truth, ladies and gentlemen. That is the truth. All right, guys. Do like, love, support the channel. Comment below. Tag your friends, colleagues, associates. Share this out with everyone you know on social media. Go to BelieveMeAchieve.com. Click on the link. Help keep our content free. Make the choice. Buy my team and I a cup of coffee, a bowl of fruit, or a scrumptious bowl of savory desserts. Either way, we'll be grateful. With those pennies and dollars, we'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping, motivational content to empower you to take action to achieve your goals that you've been waiting your whole life for. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening, and I'm going to catch you guys tomorrow. Be well, everyone.